Alright, you guys, so what I'm going to be doing in this video is I'm basically going to be showing you guys how to graph the images onto Desmos here. Now, we are working on our Desmos Quadratic project, and let's go ahead and get started here. So first thing you guys want to go ahead and do is you want to go ahead and go to Google and you want to search for real life parabolas. Now you could search architecture, you could search time lapse. It's all shown on the instructions that I'm posting. So when I go to Google, I'm gonna go ahead and go to Google now actually, and I am going to search for real life parabolas. Real life parabolas. And I'm gonna go ahead and go to images. So images. And if you guys take a look at this here, it gives me all of these options here. And it also gives me about nature, rainbow, roller coasters, blah, blah, blah. You know, there's a lot of places where you see parabolas, in this case, in real life. So I'm actually going to go ahead and just go with the first one I see here. And I'm going to go ahead and click on it. And I'm going to go ahead and click on it again. So that way I go to the site where I can get the example from. So for you guys, if you guys want to go ahead and save the image, you would have to do a right click and you would put, in this case for me it would be share, but for you it would be save image as, and then just go ahead and save the image. If I put share, make copy, then it probably makes a copy, but I'm not sure. I'll just go ahead and do a screenshot here. So for me, I'll go ahead and do a screenshot since I'm using the iPad. And for you guys, if you want to go ahead and take a screenshot of the image, for you guys, you would have to click on the buttons Control and Shift together, so that way you can go ahead and, not Control and Shift, sorry, Control plus Window. And by doing that, you're able to create a screenshot. So I'm going to go ahead and save the image. And I don't want to go ahead and close this site, so I'll come back to the site in a bit. Now, after capturing the image, after saving the image, I'm going to go ahead and go to Desmos. And you guys will be going to desmos.com. So I'll go ahead and write it here. So we have desmos.com. And it's going to be the graphing calculator. See, I'm forgetting to write. Calculator. So in this case, I do have the app on my iPad, but when you guys search it up, it's going to be desmos.com. So I'm going to go ahead and go to Desmos, open Desmos up, and we have this here. And this is actually the same image you guys see on your Chromebook. Now, if I want to go ahead and add an image on Desmos, I'm going to go ahead and go to the up left and click on this plus sign. So you guys see this plus sign here. I'm going to go ahead and click on it, and it gives me all of these options. I'm going to go ahead and go all the way down to image. So this is image, and I'm going to go ahead and go to photo library. And I'm going to go ahead and just click on the picture that I want. And there you have it. You have the image pasted onto Desmos. Now, after doing this, I do want you guys to move the picture around a bit. So if I press on the center, it's moving it around. And if you want to make it bigger, if you want to make it smaller, you can. But, I mean, it's up to you which one you want. So I want to go ahead and just make it a little bit bigger and move it around just a bit. And there you have it. The image is graphed onto Desmos. Now, our next step here is to create our equation. So in order for us to do that, I want to go ahead and graph the equation using the vertex form. So I'm going to go ahead and go here where it says 2. I'm going to click on that, and it's going to give me another option to write something else. And in here, I'm going to go ahead and write the equation of a quadratic in vertex form. So I'm going to go ahead and go y equals a parentheses x minus an h close parentheses squared plus a k. Now, when you guys are writing the equation, it's going to be giving you this option where it says add slider. And what this does, I'm going to go ahead and actually click all. What this does is that it's helping me create a parabola in this case, and it's giving me values for a, h, and k. When I move these around, it's going to help me create a parabola that matches more or less on the parabola that we have here. And I'm going to go ahead and actually change the color of that change it to red. And it's a little bit more visible. Now, if I press play on any of these, the parabola is going to be moving. So if you guys take a look at this right now, it's moving up and down and it's getting wider. In this case, since my parabola is facing down, I'm going to go ahead and make my A a negative. And you can actually move it around with your finger as well, or with your mouse. And I want to go ahead and see if I can match it. Let's see. Maybe that one. So A, what it does, it's basically bringing your parabola either facing up or down. And it's making it either narrow or it's making it a compression. And now H, in this case, does the horizontal shift. So if I press play, it moves it left and right. And I don't necessarily need to press play. Once again, I could move it with my mouse. And I'm going to go ahead and just try to center it. Now the K in this case helps you with the vertical shift, which means that it's moving it up and down. In this case, I'm going to go ahead and just try to match it. Maybe move my H a little more there. Let me see if I can match it exactly. If I do that, and so we have this here. There you go. So now I have my equation, my parabola, graphed onto the real life parabola here. So then after doing that, I still need to do one more thing. I still need to go ahead and add the axis of symmetry. Now, if you guys recall, the axis of symmetry has the same value of the x and the vertex. So if you click on the graph, the red one, in this case mine would be red, it gives me these 4 points. I'm going to go ahead and click on this one here because this one reflects my vertex. And whatever my x value for the vertex is, that's the value for the axis of symmetry. So what I'm going to go ahead and do here is that I'm going to go ahead and go down here on 6 and I'm going to go ahead and type x equals. And I'm going to go ahead and place that value for the x in the vertex here, which is 3.1. And if you guys take a look at this here, now I have a vertical line running exactly through the vertex. And I'm going to go ahead and change that color. So let's change it to orange and I want it dashed. So there you have it. Now we have this graph. So your next step would be to take screenshots of two things. The first thing, I'm going to go ahead and actually move this. So if I click on these two arrows, it'll hide it. So if you guys click on the red parabola, it's going to give me those 4 points. I'm going to go ahead and click on them. So that way I know exactly the values of my y-x intercepts, which are these two. My y-intercept, which is this one here. My y-intercept. And my vertex. And I want to make sure that when I take a screenshot, all of these 4 are shown in the screenshot, because these are very important. So I'm going to go ahead and take a screenshot now. And in this case, once again, I'm using the iPad, so I'm just going to go ahead and crop it to where I want it to be. Remember, if you're taking a screenshot from your Chromebook, it will be Control plus window button. So I'm going to go ahead and save this. So I have my first screenshot. I still need another screenshot from Desmos. So I'm going to go ahead and go back to these arrows here. And it's going to show me this. I want to go ahead and take a screenshot of this as well. So take a screenshot. And I'm going to go ahead and crop it once again. And here's my screenshot. And save it. So I'm going to go ahead and go now to my doc. I have everything that I want now. So in my doc, you have 8 things that you need to fill out. So the first thing you need is the URL address. Now, if you guys don't know what a URL address is, it's basically the link of any page you visit. In this case, I want you guys to give me the link of where you got the image from. So that's why I said earlier not to close the tab where you got the image from. So I'm going to go ahead and go back to Google in this case. And the link you guys see up here, if you press on it, it's going to give you the link for the page. And I want you guys to copy that. Sure you guys copy it. paste it onto your page here. So I'm gonna go ahead and paste it, and there you guys have it. So that's my link. This is my link. So we have that. So that's already 2 easy points. Now my next step is that I want an image or a screenshot of the graph, the image graphed on Desmos. So that's one of the screenshots that I took. So I'm gonna go ahead and insert this, which would be this one here. And I have my image, and I just want to go ahead and make sure it fits on that space. You guys can actually adjust that space. It's not just that small, but I would suggest adjusting it so it fits well. And there you guys have my Desmos, and it shows all the points. It shows my x-intercept, so y-intercept, and vertex. The next step would be to paste the screenshot of the formula and the sliders. Now this one's the second screenshot that I took, which is of these ones here, of this one, this here. So let me go ahead and go back here, and I'm gonna go ahead and paste. And we have this, and I'll just make sure this fits here. And these 2 images here are the most important because you need these 2 to answer the next questions. So make sure you guys have these 2 down.